Hi, this is Nadine at Elements, and behind me are the Westovers. We're welcoming you to our sanctuary in the woods and hoping to inspire a new way that you might celebrate Sunday or every day with us. This is our sanctuary in the woods, and behind me is the forest labyrinth that I built last year. As these guys start walking the labyrinth and demonstrating how that might look for you and your family, I'm going to tell you a little more about how you could experience the labyrinth with your family, friends, or loved ones this week. Today is a Sunday. For so many of us, we're used to attending church, and if that was something that maybe you and your loved ones do together, that could have rocked your foundation a little bit. We know that during this time where we're all home experiencing the sanctuary of our homes with our loved ones during this pandemic, so many parts of our foundation can feel a little shaky. But when we enter the woods, there is a sense of grounding, just like during a walking meditation. And so I'm going to invite you this week to perhaps come and join us in walking meditation. Perhaps you don't live near us, but there are so many labyrinths or forests close to home that if you get out into nature and ask permission to walk a labyrinth, you might find a sense of centering, a sense of calming, and a reprieve from the stress of your daily life. That is some of what I had hoped to bring when I built this labyrinth. I wanted to create a piece of art that you could enter into. And nature has always been the place where I most closely connect with divine every day. For my family and my experience of divine, I don't just enter into a church on Sunday and expect that to be my isolated experience. We are part of a spiritual family, and we really appreciate how our faith has helped form the moral foundation for our children. However, every day, I know that it's my responsibility to bring my children into a relationship with divine that lives within them and within the world around us. And the labyrinth can take you on a 3-part journey into that experience. I feel that this is one of many ways we can experience the labyrinth. We arrive at the beginning pathway. You might pause, call in an intention, or just ask to receive what you need to on that day. And then you begin walking. If there are many of you walking, you might start a few minutes apart from each other. We all walk at different paces, so what you'll notice is if someone's walking fast or slow, we just simply step aside, pause, let that person pass, or we pass them respectfully, and then we continue on our journey. The labyrinth is one pathway. It goes right to center. It's not a maze. That's a common misconception. A maze is formed to create confusion. A labyrinth has been built to create clarity. It's a single pathway that we enter into, and we walk to center. When you arrive at center, you might find time to pause, receive, maybe say a prayer, do a sun salutation, whatever you feel called to. And then you turn and you return. So there are 3 parts. You enter, you pause in the center, and then you begin your journey outward. A common thing that people do is they get to center and they turn around and they leave. Oh, I've done it, I've got here, now I'm going, and they might just make a beeline straight out of the labyrinth back to their car. I encourage you to refrain from that and notice what happens on your journey outward. The journey out of the labyrinth can be a time of receiving, where perhaps you look at the time of entering the labyrinth, your journey inward is your time of letting go. As you walk in the labyrinth, you might find that you can let go of your feelings, your thoughts, your troubles, and that might take the whole pathway in for that to happen. You arrive in the center, there might be a sense of empty presence or clarity, and then as you leave the labyrinth, you begin to receive. maybe receive guidance or wisdom, or just the blessings of the forest. So I hope that we can share that with you this week. I do ask, I own a yoga studio, wellness studio here in rural Pennsylvania, and I ask that if you come to my Labyrinth that you just message us in advance. We do have security and dogs and neighbors, that you stay within the pathway and space provided here at the Labyrinth, but that you just let us know in advance if you're coming out to use the Labyrinth, and I'll prepare that space and time for you. There is no cost to using the Labyrinth. This is an offering that I'm providing you. I know how blessed our family has been in our life, and I really feel blessed with the sanctuary in the woods. And when I designed it with the intention to share with my community, so that we could share and return that same blessing to all of the people in our lives and those who really need this. I have a handout that I'll place in the comments area and at the entrance to the studio. You can always pick up one of those for more guidance. I don't like to tell you too much about what to expect and do. I can tell you that the first time, it may just be the experience and taking in the space, but don't hesitate to return time and time again, and a new experience is certain to follow each of your encounters here in the Labyrinth. So we welcome you to join us, and thank you for watching today. The boys will be back tomorrow with a special surprise Monday morning, March 16th. They have our best episode yet, and I'm so excited to have them share that with you. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.